he tell the Egyptian that this is the man you're gonna deal with from now on. So modi lewaye Yosef, waile amen du zutawni lewaye shobut poro. So now that is what happened here. So Joseph is taking care of people. Why? Because now he has to feed the world almost. Everybody's hungry. So now you have to think about it. So 7 years went by and nobody came to him. Now the 7 years of hunger will start. So when did he come out of prison? When he was 30 years old. He came out of prison. When he was 30 years old. Imagine, he was thrown in a well when he was 17. Maybe he was put in jail when he was 25. Okay? So now he's 30 years old and he's in charge. But 7 years went by because there was 7 fat cows. Yeah? So nobody asked about it. 7 years. Now the 7 years of hunger are coming. Where are the people gonna go? They're gonna come to Joseph. And who's coming to him? His brothers. His brothers came to him, and Joseph, when he found out that these are his brothers, they couldn't tell Joseph because the Egyptian looked different. They shaved their head, they put earrings and all that, and they colored their faces. They do a lot of things anyway. So it was like the Pharaoh's time, you know? So, Modi Wile, when he saw his brothers, he went and he cried on the pillow. He couldn't stand in front of them and cry. He cried for them in the back room. He cried. That is when it counts your faith. When you have the upper hand. When you are now in charge. Iman ad hadiya itin sepa piduch. Iman ad ilechela piduch. Hadiya marzit la hemanuto. Hemanuto ka marzila b'demutayim. Kachunawat. Exactly. And that is where we come here. Of course, it's a long story. Then he keeps one of the brothers because he worried about Benjamin. Benjamin was his little brother. Because don't forget, Joseph and Benjamin are Rachel's sons. Yep. The only 2 sons. And he was worried about his little brother. He wants to see his little brother, really. And then, of course, his dad. Yeah. So we'll take it from there. So Modi Lemara. Marele, his brother went and they fell before his, on their face, before his feet. They went. And then what did they say to him? He said to them, do not be afraid, for am I in God's place? No, I am not. God forbid. What is he saying? But this is what is so beautiful. He said, you meant evil against me, but what did God do? He meant it good for the world, for everybody. You see how God changed something so small to something so big. Man's will, God's will. See? رزاي برناشا مودي وبرناشا مودي ورزاي قد عود وخمندي رابا سورة جاب بيشتا علىها مغدران الخمندي طاوة ورابا جورا اتلي ما برناشا تخمن باسه. So God turned something evil, small thing as evil it could be, and then God turned it something so big, so good, man cannot even think about it. Abrad.
I think because يطيوا يوسف يطيوا مودي يلبد يوسف.
Of course.
ويطيوا كما ورحمانا قد open أو نهار يطيوا هل بتمري على يطي.
على إذا بخران لبوك ليه.
So I think have مري على خزايا وأي أو يوم بأتي.
Of course. So God was thinking about 50 while we were in 37. Actually, God was thinking about Exodus because of Joseph, 70 people will go into Egypt from Jacob's family. 70. Only 70. And they're going to come out 2 million.
2 million.
So, على بغزايل وأنتر مليون أذان بالطي. كلها بخاطر يوسف. Because Pharaoh was so good, he gave them a good place in Egypt. Because of Joseph. Because of what God did. See?
How did it turn into slavery?
Where? Where?
After years.
Oh, because they got bad pharaohs after that. Because it was 430 years later. Right? It wasn't the same Pharaoh anymore. Right? And they were jealous of the Jewish people because they were growing and they were keeping their traditions and everything. But don't forget, a lot of them got married into Egyptians and Egyptians got married into the Jews. So they got mixed up too, you know? So anyway, so that is what, when it's time for him to take revenge, what happened? How many people wait for revenge, really? Man's will is revenge, you know that? Man's will is always about revenge. إيمان نابل جو إيدي قد أودن هاتخا إيمان أنا بتاعون بوشخيل أنا قد أودن هاتخا إيمان أنا بتاعون أورو قد أودن. So always man wants to be bigger and higher and stronger so he can revenge. Yeah. Okay. But then why God's will again? We go, why God's will? Because we know God's will is for everyone to be saved. Huh?
Right.
But why God's will? Why God's will? Gino Clerakan. Romans 8:31. خلينا مش قلت ما تخلي ما صرنا على خير.
But English, I'm sorry.
لا بتسوري. لا يعني ما أنا Romans 8:31 I can't make it bigger.
شو سكرنا لك بعربي؟
دقيقة بعربي.
فماذا نقول لهذا إذا كان الله معنا فمن علينا؟
إذا كان
الله معنا فمن علينا.
There you go.
بس مودي أمرك أو أنا بديانة إن علىها الجيبانينة ماني للدرقولا.
Very well. So if God is with us, who can be against us? So when we do God's will, مودي يويا إما تقدر رزايد على هياوي منا. Right? خلخي ما بي رزايد على زحمة لا. إما تقدر رزايد علىها متي وزحمة قتل ميدة إما متي وبعد رزايد على هيوا منه أما هيش خليهم صاي هيوا درقول. So when we do God's will, what happened? God is with us. But God is not with us when? Then where is God? Where is God? God is watching us. God is watching us. When we don't do His will, He's watching us. When we do His will, He's with us. That's the difference. When we do His will, He's with us. When we don't do His will, He is watching us. What we gonna do? See? Your will has to continue. Your will has to be completed. Getting رزايد برناشا فايش مكملة. سبب بيت رزايد برناشا على هاي منخب قساطان. بيت رزايد برناشا على هاي منخب قساطان. يعني مو يعني برناشا يبالغ يعود كل من دماغ برناشا غير. إنا خرطة بلاشا يمقدر درقول الساطانة بتأخذ يعني. قدمو قد غلب خساطان. So at the end of the day, God turns everything against Satan. Because He knows it's not our fault, but He knows that Satan's hand is in it, right? So He make us win the fight at the end. We fight. Why? Because at the end we're gonna start doing His will. Once we find that our will is wrong. How many times people do their will and then later on they feel sorry? I wish if you guys can go back, how many things you will change in your life?
Allah.
Right, don't scare me, please. What happened to the ancestral man, huh? What did you do? So how many things? Would everybody change something in their life or not?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Who should I say no? مشمم بشرى مويلا مارا بليز بشرى مارا ليه جورنوا وليه ما ينوي طبعا ليه جورت ليه ما يعني
I like that so much.
I am to Jibouti.
We got you.
I'm serious.
I know. I am with you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
I feel your pain.
ماني بشغلة ومن ديانا جو خيه. لا عين آمن رزاي جان ولا همزومة ليه همزومة بس على مو باي عين قجانو بطلابة لأومن. إن عين باي أومن دي أخنا بضايق على مو باي إن عين باي أومن عين مطلب الديو. لا هو إلى سبيشال إيه. Special menu. So Bushra said she's not gonna, if she would change anything, she won't marry and she won't have kids and she would become a nun.
It's gotta be God's will.
I mean, that's what she wanted if she had her choice to go back and change. If she had the same faith she has today, that's what we're talking about. والله كشلني لو قلت
علىها سمح لي بكله يعني كل الاشياء تعمل مع الخير.
And at the end, the will of man, the will of man will always be respect. God respects man. Man doesn't respect man. Unfortunately. Okay, so if God is with us, no one can be against us. Okay, 1 Peter 5, 8 through 12.
Say that again.
1 Peter 5, 8 through 12. You gotta be sober and vigilant. You wanna read? Go ahead.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Resist him, steadfast in the faith, knowing the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. But may God, the God of all grace, who called us his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after you have suffered a while, perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be the glory and the dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Very good. ماني بقريرة بسوري.
ومصالي لفروشهم سبب دشمنوهم ساطانا أخأرية جرجمانا مقدارة له وبطعاية خازن ماني بالله قومون تقولي شلية قوية بهيمانوتها سبب شيء عيشون أخواتوكم وألما قبولنا هر أني خشة وآلاه كل شافاخة هاو كان قريلكم خقرة المنايا إيشمشيخة من برقو بلكم خشة خازونا شريا بنت مجملكم مقويلكم وخللكم وشدلكم إلا خيل العالم آمين آمين.
Right. Maryam and Nachay. So why do we need God's will? Because how can we defeat someone, Maryam and Nachay, that is like a lion roaring around us? How does he devour us? Because we do our work. We are easy to be devoured. Iman odh khwalid gana. Iman tile makhariya gergimana satana bughdara marzananan. Hama in odh khwalid gana, in odh rzayid gana, ta ukhraba zabbun qamayte le ma saghbiya. In odh rzayid alaha le ma sebalilan. So the only way we can defeat this roaring lion is by doing God's will. Because if God is with us, who can be against us? So what happened? He make us perfect, established, and he make us strong and settled. That's what happens when we do God's will. And that is what he is saying exactly here. Because who called us to his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after you have suffered a while. After you what? Have suffered a while. يعني مودي يعني مبرد أورغ جورابا مبرد جنجرخ خرطة ياتخل كاملوتا. When are we complete? When we are strength, when we are given the power, and when we are given all this is after the trial, not before the trial. So what is that? What is God doing? What is God doing in this case? Modi lewadala. God is not stopping us from the trials. He is helping us during the trial. This is the difference. لا شاوقت أورغ جورابا لا على هاي هيرني مدي وغ جورابا إن ليه مكليلا من ورطة جورابا because otherwise we can't fight. If we don't go through the trials, then how can we fight? And how can we be strong? دخي ما ساو خيلانه. How did we get established? How did we become perfect? So دخي يا وخيلانه دخي يا وخويه دخي كالخ إيمان بيشخ جربه. So على هلي مكليلا من جورابا إن على هيران جو جورابا.
هيران؟
جو جورابا إذا أنت جو جورابا يهيران. أما جو جورابا ما نبهيران.
على هيران إن لاقت أورغ جورابا.
خيا خيتا. إيمان إيوغ جو جورابا على هيران جو جورابا. إن لي مكليلا من ورطة جو جورابا. سبب إيمان يطلقت أخنا جريكا وخيلاني يشاوك لن أورغ جورابا قد بلشخ أتاو خيلاني أن جورابة دي تنويرة يخيوخون قمودينا. What are all these trials that we went through in our life for? Why? Why did you go through trials? Why did I go? Why? For what? To cry about it? No. To become strong about it. See? Perfect, established, strength, and settled. See?
To prove our
جامع داخل بمسيات ورد جورابا ينت لك مانوت. داخل مسيات ورد يوخا جورابا. How can you be going through trials if you don't have faith? Then قمودي بتاعت السلطانة مسخد جاني ما ورق جورابا قمودي وبخاشة يوكينا إني يوكينا لا يوالها مانوت. So هما مودي لوايا لخا قمودي جريك هاو صليلة ورعيشة قمودي جريك هاو صليلة. We have to be vigilant, you see, and we have to be sober. Why? Because the trials will come to everyone the same way. Maybe they're different shape. In a trials are trials. So جورابة بتآتي وأن جورابة مقوية لن يدلن خيلان مومر من فرخانيتا يجشرنقا قمودي قد لعت خدانا باتخلا منفلا ميتا إن شو قتلا هردو مجهوج يقولبانو هل جد قالي وغلاف وبرخا سو علىها إشاوك لن جدو جورابة قد هاو خيلاني بلخخ بلشخ. We are here to fight. ليه وخلخ قد أخلخ وشاتخ ودمخخ لا ليه بساتخ إيبخ قبلانشا جريك أورغ جورابا جريك أورغ trials. Everything that happens in your life it's for a reason and it's for the goodness of God at the end. قمودي سبب ما يتخقرق علىها بي مو مرم شيخة باسط العازر من أوليلتي لمريا أو إلى قد خقرق علىها مغزبية قالها قد مغزبية ناشي لو برموية مودي ومار إيمان برميرون برد قم لك على عازر. So that is why even everything that happens in our life is for the glory of God. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever you do it for the glory of God. So that is why He make us strong, He make us settled, He make us to stand firm. Why? Because we are going through the trials. So God help us through the trials, but He doesn't stop us from going into the trials because God knows the end of the fight. عاد يطرد بصداي طورد because عاد بصداي طورد خشوت ليه ماصل إنا علىها يطي بتماصل ليه وساطانا بداية. Satan didn't know that he was going to lose the fight to Job, but God knew the end of the fight. Satan didn't know. If Satan knew that he